why we've got this sky. It's completely lit up 180 degrees right across the horizon now. Good morning everyone, and welcome to this week's video, and welcome to Newcastle. I'm on the foreshore here at Nobbys Beach, and this morning we've got a spectacular sunrise coming up. I've set my camera up in horizontal mode and we've got a beautiful sky developing this morning here at Nobbys. I'm going to set my camera up and try and fire a couple of shots. The light's happening really quick here. I got here a little bit late, so I'm going to try and fire a couple of shots of this magnificent sky, and then I'll come back and talk to you some more. Wow, we really have got some fire in the sky this morning. Currently I'm in horizontal mode and I'm just firing off some shots at my settings at the moment are about 30 seconds and I'm at F10 and I'm 100 ISO, but this high cloud we've got on the horizon is really starting to take on some beautiful pink light now. My composition is basically using the beach as a leading line up to the Nobby signal house right off in the distance, and we've just got that little bit of pre-morning glow. We're probably about half an hour before sunrise at the moment, but some really beautiful light developing here. I'm glad I chose this as a location this morning. I've been keeping an eye on the weather for the last couple of days and we've had some really high cloud, but nothing really ever developed over the last couple of days, but this morning it's really made up for it. We've got some really beautiful light. My shot here this morning, I'm really quite wide because I want to try and take in all of this beautiful sky we've got. So I'm at about 18 mil. I've got the circular polarizer on at the moment, but I'm about to take that off because I don't really need it. I haven't got any glare or anything at the moment. There's so many people out this morning trying to capture this beautiful sunrise, and I can see why. The port of Newcastle is just off to the left of me and the headland out in front. And here at Nobbys you get a great view at sunrise looking straight out towards the headland. Some beautiful sky developing. I've got the camera, as I said, in horizontal mode. I'm come up quite high and that way I can look straight along the beach. Quite a few coal ships out off in the horizon here. Newcastle port is now one of the largest coal terminals in the world, and we get quite a few bulk carriers of coal ships coming in and out of the harbour here. But what a great morning to be here at Nobbys. I'm really happy with how these shots are coming out. We're getting some really dramatic light as the sky's about to light up as the sun's approaching the horizon, but just a spectacular sky here. And so far the compositions I've chosen are working out really well. At F10 at 6 seconds at the moment, I've got a little bit of clipping on the horizon, but nothing too severe. I'm really picking out some nice detail in it, and you can see by my histogram there that the shot's pretty evenly exposed, so this one should come up really nice. I've just set my camera up in portrait orientation and I've taken a panorama across the sky, and it's easy to see why we've got this sky is completely lit up 180 degrees right across the horizon now. So I just fired an 8-shot panorama right across the sky to pick up all the detail in the sky and in the foreground as well. But so far I'm cut down to about 2.5 seconds at F10 at the moment, and I'm still on 100 ISO. But just a spectacular morning here. What I really like about this composition is the beach has been groomed perfectly overnight by the beach sweeper, so there's no debris or marks or anything in the foreground. It's perfectly groomed. The sky's died down a little bit at the moment because it's just before sunrise, so I might even change around and do a few different compositions, but so far I've got a wide angle in horizontal position and an 8-shot panorama in the bag. I'm really happy with the results I've been able to achieve this morning. talk about a colour bomb of explosion. We just had so many different colours all throughout the morning here. Now we've got this really spectacular high cloud starting to take on some really beautiful light. It's a little bit overexposed at the moment, so I've actually cut down on my shutter speed and just closed down the aperture slightly, just trying not to blow out the highlights. But just a spectacular sky, and Newcastle's really turned it on here this morning. There's people around me everywhere trying to capture this wonderful event, and something that you don't see that often is to have such a spectacular sky. But these winter mornings tend to provide beautiful skies like this with this cool clear cloud. As I contemplated the beautiful morning before me, I was reminded of this exact date in history. On the 8th of June 2007, after a massive storm system formed off the east coast of New South Wales, a coal ship washed up on Nobbys Beach. The Panorama, at 78,000 tonnes, 220 metres in length, was being pounded by a huge swell and came ashore. It remained at Nobbys while salvage experts tried to work out, without success, how to tow it back to sea. The fear was the state's second largest city may have an environmental disaster right on its doorstep. Thankfully, on the 2nd of July 2007, after being stuck for 26 days, a high tide and several tugboats were able to drag it off Nobbys and back to sea. Today, this monument stands as a reminder of that faithful day, a day that Newcastle will never forget. What a morning that was. That was just really something else. I was in two minds whether to come here this morning or not, but I'm so glad I did the drive up here. I had a shot in mind when I came here using the old weather pavilion there, and when I got here I didn't really like the way the shot looked in the back of the LCD viewfinder. So what I did was, because the sky was lighting up so much, I actually went down on the promenade and basically set my camera up perfectly level, just in case I could get a panorama, and as it turned out I did, and took a series of shots looking up along the beach and using the Nobby signal house in the bottom rule of thirds, and the shots came out really well. I'm looking forward to getting home and developing them, and no doubt you'll see them at the end of this video. But that ends today's video, guys, from Nobbys Beach. A beautiful morning here and a great morning to be out shooting. You know what to do. If you've enjoyed this video, go down below, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, tap the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. If you've got a comment or a question, leave them below. I'll always try and respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscapes soon. I'll see you later.